people were killed for save my children. I want to go home soon.
I'm very happy that we have helped, love thy neighbor.
皆様ごきげんよう、高松菜奈です。本日はですね、ロンドンから約1時間ほど電車に乗ってきたんですけども、ウクライナ難民を支援している方のお宅にですね、インタビューさせていただきたいと思っています。すごいですね。調理場ですね。そしてこちらが勉強部屋にトークルームらしいですね。New home, you feel good?
I feel good. I feel better than when bombs.
Yeah. So there's plenty of space for the family of 8.
I'm from Ukraine, Kiev region and city of Irpin. Now I live in this house in UK. I and two my boys, 10 and 14 years old. My family lived in Ukraine, near Kiev, and my husband now in Ukraine. My mother, my father, and grandmom. Only I and my son. When war starts, 24th of February, it's hard day of all Ukrainian people. The day before, my children were in school, we were in work, and we lost our life and our home. A lot of people were killed. I speaking with my husband every day, and my friends write me message, my mother write me. Now people begin to return to the city. Building 70% destroyed, many destroyed schools, houses, damaged power lines, gas. Water supply was established from Kiev. Special service demand in city, and people helping to clean parks, maybe street after occupation of Russian soldier. I miss the city, I miss my family, my friends. The team for Ukrainians in Britain has its checks. The mothers and child's documents are considered separately, not as family question. I got permission for my son, waited a few days. There are people who are waiting for permission to enter in very bad condition. Some are in danger in Ukraine. It is still quite problematic to apply to a school or a bank in UK if you have confirmation on new address. There is also not financial support as in Poland and in Germany, maybe. And what to do people without money and how to find a job without documents, without normal English.
Why did you choose the UK instead of Poland as a place of refuge?
At first we were in Poland because in Ukraine plane don't fly now. 2 weeks in maybe 3 or 4 cities of Poland. A long travel for Poland. But there are too many Ukrainian people now, maybe 2 million out. And it's so difficult with home for Ukrainian and for jobs. Poland is a small country. Before I saw only maybe film, book, read a book about UK, and now little bit English, and now I live a lot of different of England and Ukrainian, but I like our village and small houses and big houses and nature. We try to help some people, some family, Ukrainian family, to find accommodation in UK, and a lot of people don't know English language, and I speak Ukrainian, and only try to find family in UK for these people. We can do something for helping. Don't know, but we try. I and all.
What do you think of the restrictions on men leaving the country?
I suppose the decision that men should stay in Ukraine and defend their homeland. In military, not only men and women, and not only Ukrainian people, and in Poland, in Georgian people, and for Czech Republic and British people help our soldiers. No, before the war, I didn't support Zelensky. I didn't vote for him in the election. Now I'm grateful to him for his courage, for fighting for our victory, and for doing everything to support us in other countries. He stay in Kiev. He doing something for our victory.
Will you return to Ukraine when the war is over?
I return, but not now. When my husband said, "You can, you can return." I went to UK not for me, for save my children. If I be alone or only with husband, I would be in Ukraine. No. Of course, I want to go home soon, but I want at first our country to have a victory. It's very important for all people, not only for Ukrainian. And then for us to be safe to return and to have a place to return to. My children didn't see the horrors that affected the children who remained under Russian occupation. The Russian military did terrible things not only for adults but also to children. They were raped and killed. So thank goodness my kids didn't feel it. But they have lost their home. Our family separated, and they may never see their friends. Now in the petitions of Russia, they will not stop, even if they scratch half of our country. And they don't need our land, they cannot bring other. They just want to destroy Ukrainian as a nation. They have been doing this for centuries. They destroyed our culture, killed our people, banned our language and tradition. I hate all Russian, all Russian. Now I hate. We will never give up or submit to Russia. We don't need peace without the independence of our people. We will fight all Ukrainian people. Ukrainians are not militant nation. We have never gone to war in another country. But we will fight for our land, for our home. Now our country is defended by people of different professions, women and men. They have something to protect. This is our land, and we won't give it away. All countries can do it more for Ukrainian family, for military, can not home. You have money and can help something. Maybe Japan too. People must need to know history and maintain tradition, as well as preserve the independence of country. It's very important for all countries. Слава Україні! Героям слава!
Why did you decide to accept Ukrainian refugees?
I was watching the news every day when the war started, and the Russians were bombing cities and causing a lot of death and destruction, and I found that profoundly moving and upsetting. So I went to Poland to help on the border, the Ukraine and Polish border. And I was very moved by how dignified the Ukrainian people were, how brave they were. There was no histrionics, no bad temper, no shouting. People were very brave in terms of just moving and quite desperate in terms of trying to escape Ukraine. And I thought at that stage that the UK needed to do more. All of Europe was taking refugees. We were doing very little. So I started writing a bit on Facebook, writing to my local MP, speaking to my family and saying we need to do more. We need to make sure that we try to help families and make people welcome in our house.
What problems did you encounter when accepting refugees?
A visa came through in a couple of weeks, 2.5 weeks, something like that. But there's people still waiting. So 4, 5, 6 weeks still waiting. And they're in cities in central and western Ukraine, or maybe towards the east. They're in perilous situation. It's dangerous.
Are you happy to accept refugees?
I'm very happy that we have helped. I think it's very important that the world helps. I think it's very important that the UK helps. We've always purported to be a country that opens its borders and that is helpful to other countries. And love thy neighbour. You should always be looking out for people that need your help. And I think it's a very good lesson to teach our young people in this country that not to be individualistic, not to be selfish, not to cross over the road when somebody's in trouble, but to help. And it also gives you a lot of pleasure helping. Not only can you literally improve people's lives, but you can also gain a lot of insight, a lot of pleasure yourself by assisting people. We should all do it.
いかがだったでしょうか。今回はですね、ウクライナ難民のマリーナさんにお話をお伺いしましたが、私の考えたこと、取材実感をですね、お話しできればと思います。日本でもですね、ウクライナの戦争のことはですね、戦況はどうなのかとか、歴史はどうなのかということなど様々なことが報道されています。ですが、マリーナさんの幸せな日常、普通のありふれた日常かもしれません。そういうものが奪われてしまう。こういうのが戦争なんだなっていうことを改めて考えさせられました。そして私が印象的だったのが男子の出国制限についてです。マリーナさんは自分とパートナー、旦那さんと2人だったらウクライナに残った。だけど子供がいるから子供の安全のためにイギリスに来たんだとおっしゃっていました。だから男子の出国制限どう思いますかという質問に対しては反対ですっていうのかなと思ったら、男子の出国制限は当然だとおっしゃったんですね。それは国を守るために必要なんだと。愛する人と会えなくてもそれでも国を守るために必要だと私はすごく驚きました。あとですね、これは私も非常に聞きにくかったんですけども、ウクライナが降伏したら、戦争がすぐになくなるから平和が訪れるんじゃないか。私はこれにもちろん賛同してないんですけども、これについてどう思いますかと、こういう意見が日本で少しありますと。そしたらですね、国民の独立なくして平和なしというようなことをおっしゃられていました。そうですよね。自分たちの国の領土を一部を上げる、自分たちの文化が奪われる、自分たちの言葉が奪われる、そういうことだと独立してないですね。そういう状況だと平和がないというようなことだと思います。皆さん想像してみてください。私たちは平和を作るということ、平和を願うってことはよく言うかもしれないです。作るためにどうしていけばいいのか。戦争とは何か、平和とは何か。自分たちを守るための戦争とは何かということとか、ぜひ考えていただきたいなと思います。そしてマリーナさんに日本がすべきことなんだと思いますかと聞いたところ、日本はやっぱり経済大国なので、難民の受け入れをもっとしてほしいということでした。日本にいると日本のこれから先心配だなとか、経済停滞がとか、そういうことを考えるかも、円安がとか、ね、そういうことを考えるかもしれないですけども、世界的に見ると日本はまだ GDP 第3位の国なんですね。大きな国なんですよね。経済大国なんですよね。そんな日本だからこそ私はもっと難民を受け入れたいなと思いました。ウクライナ難民の人だけではなく、今ウクライナ難民の人も数は多くないですがいらっしゃいます。そういう方々がより生活しやすいように、またもっとたくさんの難民の方を受け入れられるように、こういうことを私は日本ができることだと思うのでやっていきたいなと思っています。ぜひ私自身も戦争について、平和について考えていきたいと思いますので、皆さんもぜひコメントしてください。ウクライナの問題はですね、ニュースで聞くと辛い、マリーナさんの話聞いて、さらに想像して辛くなったって方もいらっしゃると思うので、どうかコメントはですね、皆さんギスギスしない形でコメントをしていただければと思います。あとですね、非常に海外取材かなりこういう動画作るのもですね大変なんですね。なので翻訳の方を入れたりとかしているのでお金もかかっています。よろしければスーパーサンクスの方で 支援をしていただけると嬉しい限りです。これからも取材のため、この番組の継続のために、使わせていただきますのでお願いします。ということで、この度ですね、本当に取材させていただいたマリーナさんですね、感謝しています。ありがとうございました。ごきげんよう。最後までご覧いただきありがとうございました。ぜひチャンネル登録、高評価お願いいたします。それではまたごきげんよう。